guys, welcome back to BriMyselfAndEye. So today I'm going to be doing my highly anticipated ColourPop review. I am hoping to get the highlighters and some of the blushes in the next few weeks to a month or so. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of dive in and show you what I've got and what I think you might like. Moving on, we'll get into the review. So a few things about ColourPop that you should know. They are a totally different consistency of eyeshadow than I've ever played with before. I've compared them to the Maybelline Eye Studio Color Tattoo, which are kind of like a cream, but those are different in that they kind of stay like a cream for a while and then they dry a little bit different, but they're not as moussey. If you're familiar with the Bounce blushes, I think they're also by Maybelline. They're kind of like that, but a lot better. Like, I don't really like the Bounce blushes, but I love these. So the formulation is totally different. If you've never tried it, I at least encourage you to get one. They're all $5, so they're cheaper than the Eye Tattoo Studio. Those are like $7 or $8 a piece, and these are $5. And then the other ones they kind of compare to are the L'Oreal Infallible Super Pigments, or whatever they're called. But again, those you need a liquid to apply, so it's kind of like a 2 or 3 step process to get those to apply right. These are pretty much one thing. You can use your finger and the shadow and you're good. I was hesitant at first because I was like, I don't like liquid blushes, and I'm not a big fan of wetting my eyeshadows. I don't know why, it's just not my thing. I will if I'm going for like a chrome look, but I was like, what's the point in doing that with a matte shadow? But I will tell you and show you, the mattes are beautiful. I would try out like a satin, a matte, and a metallic shade in colors that you like to see if you like the formulation better than the other. So that would be my recommendation. I've been collecting these as individuals and also in little groups that they come in. YouTubers like ShanXOBeauty, it's like ShanXOBeauty, and Kathleen, I will say your name right. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I just cannot like say your name. KathleenLights also collaborated with them. Coffee Break with Danny collaborated with them, and there's several others. But those are 3 that I personally own. And then they also come in kits that ColourPop has coordinated. So some of the first kits I'm going to mention are the ones I got the most recently. In case you're interested, they're still available. I don't know if all of these shades are still available. I have taken almost everything out of their kit. So some colors that are definitely a part of one collab that I've got that I want to start with from KathleenLights. She collabed with ColourPop and did Where the Light Is. And she also has a lippy stick in Lumiere. I'm wearing it right now. And gorgeous, gorgeous little set she has going on. I'll go ahead and swatch Where the Light Is on my hand. So you can see they come in these little tubs here. And I've already started using these. This is what I'm wearing in my eyes right now. I'm wearing all of these. But there are these kind of moussey texture. This one's going to be hard to see because it's like a transition or highlight shade. And that one is Glow. I think Cornelius is probably my favorite because it's named after her dog. And this is red, brown, medium brown type of color. I'm still getting used to how to swatch. It looks like it should be easy, but it's not. Yeah, Glow, just this matte shade, perfect for brow bone highlight, is what I'm using right now, or inner corner, but it's matte, so you don't have that extra shine. And then Cornelius, like I said, red, brown, just swipe it around. It's a beautiful matte. And with these, since they are a moussey formula, you want to make sure that they are closed tightly because they will dry out on you, so you got to be careful with that. The next one is KathleenLights. That's the name of the color and the name of the beautiful YouTuber and artist. It's this gorgeous coppery tone. So pretty. It's one of my favorites. And bam. This one is more of a metallic shade. So there's Glow, which is, you can barely see because I'm so white. Cornelius, and then KathleenLights, which is it goes on so smooth, so beautiful. There's no fallout. Love it. And then last in her little quad, or foursome if you will, is the shade Blaze, like Blaze of Glory. And it is kind of a green, coppery, brown shade, in my opinion, in my experience. So I just use my fingers. Bam, look at that. And then so gorgeous. Yeah. So that is her whole quad. That's Glow, Cornelius, KathleenLights, and Blaze. And they're all gorgeous. These two are matte. This is metallic. And this one's metallic. So you can kind of get an idea. The mattes are not super chromy like those, but they do show up very rich in pigment and color, which is really nice. And again, I'm wearing all of those shades right now. Pardon my face demons. Ignore that. Look at my eyes. So I think they are a great neutral palette if you're wanting to get started and you don't want to go with the super crazy colorful ones. These are a great way to get your feet wet in ColourPop. So that is that. So the next collab that I want to show you is the ShanXO ColourPop collab, and she created the shades, or formulated with ColourPop, XO, Selfie, Deluxe, and Rebel. So XO is Pearlized Finish, which we haven't done yet, so that'll be nice to see. Selfie is a matte finish, which we've seen. Deluxe is Pearlized, and Rebel is a matte shade. Now, I like her kit as well. They're coming like a little set of 4. We'll just go through. I use XO and Selfie a lot, so those are probably my 2 favorites out of those. But this one is XO, and it's just a really pretty inner corner highlight or halo top of the lid. Kind of like a white gold finish. So that one is XO. Have Selfie, which is a matte shade, and it is gorgeous. This one is, so this one is a pearlized finish, which you can kind of tell these are like long metallic. That's a technical word, I'm sure. This is pearlized, so more of like kind of a satin. And then Selfie reminds me a little bit of Cornelius, so if you can't find that one might dupe for it. It's a little bit more orange, I think. So that one's Cornelius, which is, I think, more of a a darker brown cocoa-y orange, and this one's more of a burnt orange. Really pretty. And it's matte, so it's a good all over the lid color. Next in the collection is Deluxe, which says it's a pearlized finish, and it's a very pretty golden brown color. And again, if you push too hard in these, your finger will make an indentation. I'll show you like a little one. See, the little cute one. Little footprint. So you do have to be careful if you're a makeup bully. Deluxe, which is a very rich brown. Got tones of red in it, in my opinion. And then the last one in her little quad, Rebel, which is this amazingly pretty hunter green. It's almost kind of like baby poop green is what people call it, but it's one of those that just, it looks so pretty on the lid if you're going for like a khaki, neutral, greens, earthy look. And that one is a matte finish. So that's what we have so far. We have the KathleenLights is here, and ShanXO is here. That's XO, Selfie, Deluxe, and Rebel. Yep. So that is ShanXO's little collaboration with them. Another little cute thing that I appreciate personally, because I love a good old-fashioned handwritten note. Me and my husband still write each other notes all the time, but when you order anything, they send you a thank you card, and they handwrite a note on each one. So I've made several orders, and this one says, "Dearest Brianna, from one aspiring unicorn to another, you're magical, XOXO ColourPop." And they're handwritten, so super cute. I love them. And then you get this like tips and tricks card on how to use them. So yeah, just another little side note of why they're such a magical company, because they're so sweet. So ColourPop, if you're watching, I doubt you are, but if you are, thank you. That special touch is really nice. It's not something you see every day, and I like it. I like it a lot. So just to give you an example of how long wearing these are, I was trying to wipe off with the baby wipe this set so I can move on to my next haul of these, and these suckers take like makeup remover to get off. So they're perfect for in the heat. They're not gonna like run down your face or get like splotchy or anything. They're just magical. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys. That's after probably about 3 times trying to wash it off. So the next set I want to show you is the Not a Box of Chocolates box, and it's super cute. It comes with 6 shades, and I'm not sure where you can still find this. I will link it below if you can, but if you can find these individual shades, I highly recommend you do because they're beautiful. But the colors included in this set are Halo, which is a Satin Luxe Finish, Tinsel, which is a metallic finish, Partridge, like partridge on a pear tree, which is a pearlized, Sleigh, I guess like a sleigh ride, is metallic, Drift, which is pearlized, so I think that's like a snowdrift, if I'm not mistaken, and then Doe a Deer, which is matte. This first shade is Halo. It is Satin Luxe, so it does have a little bit of shimmer to it. Really pretty inner corner or all over the lid color. Then there is Tinsel, which is one of my absolute favorites. And so Tinsel is this really pretty, super metallic shade. Oh, look at that, it's so pretty. It's almost kind of purpley in my opinion, but that's Tinsel. Partridge, which reminds me of Peacock Makeup Forever shadow, or let me think of Makeup Ink Pressed Pigment. I'll put it below, but it is this really pretty Christmassy type of green, but I would wear this whenever the heck I want. But it does have a metallic sheen to it, and it has a little bit of purple and brown undertones. So that is Partridge. Comes off so pretty. You can do a lot with that look. There's just so many undertones going on that will work with it. It's called Sleigh, and it is a metallic finish. It's kind of like Tinsel in the finish, but it's a little bit more of a light green, which I think would be pretty for the summertime, personally. But so that one is Sleigh, like sleigh ride, I guess. The next one is Drift, which I believe is like a snowdrift, and it's this really pretty pearlized finish, but it's kind of like a burgundy shade. It's gorgeous for a pop of color. Super pigmented. Really pretty. And then the last one in this little set is called Doe a Deer, which is super cute. And it is almost, it looks black at first, but it's actually more of a matte plum purple shade. So this would be good for detailing or smoking out. So that is Doe a Deer. This is the complete Not a Box of Chocolates. This is Halo, Tinsel, Partridge, Sleigh, Drift, and Doe a Deer. some of my favorites. And I think some of these would work year round. I would wear these anytime. But this you can use to smoke out your eye anytime, and then these remind me a little bit of spring. So those might have been just a limited edition, I'm not sure. But I wanted to show you my whole collection of them anyway, in case they re-release them or they have them sold individually or something similar. These are not a box of chocolates. So the next round of shadows I'm going to swatch for you are individuals that I picked up per recommendations of other YouTubers or ones that I just thought looked pretty. But these are not, that I know of, these are not found in a specific box yet or a collection. So these you could just go out and find them on your own. Some of them are going away. I think the only one that I know of is going away is Mermaid Kiss. So if you're interested in getting this beautiful lime green and turquoise kind of tie-dye, I got an email recently saying that there's a farewell to it. So if you want that one, I would jump on it now in case it's gone. So the first one I'm going to swatch is Desert, and it is a satin finish. I use this one a lot for an all-over shade, and really pretty. As you can see, it is satin. It's not shimmery, which is nice. The next one is a recent one that I've been collecting for a 60s look that I'm doing soon, because it is matte, and it is the shade Taco. And I cannot say enough good things about this one. It's so pretty, and sometimes these kind of almost neon pastel-y colors can be patchy, but this one is so smooth, such good texture, and I can't handle it. It's so pretty. That perfect, almost 60s type of blue. I would say that it's comparable to the Illamasqua single eyeshadow that I've been using for my 60s type of looks in Anja. It's A-N-J-A. Anja. It's really pretty. But this one, and then there's another one that's a blue shade. I think this one's almost an exact dupe, and it's Beauty Call, and it's a matte shade. So if you're looking for a dupe, because this one can be super hard to find, one of those would work nicely. But yeah, so this one is Taco. The next one is Mermaid Kiss, which I mentioned earlier. This is kind of turquoise blue and lime green tie-dye shade, and it does mix together really pretty. I use this as like a really pretty in your corner eyeliner if I'm wanting something fun. I wore it on Instagram and got a lot of good feedback on it, so it may not be around for long. The next one I think is almost an exact dupe for the shade I just showed you from Illamasqua, which is Anja. It's Beauty Call. It's a matte shade. Gorgeous color. It's almost the color of my nails, but it is more of that powdery blue 60s shade. So you got a retro personal style or event to go to, this would be a fun color for that. So far we have Desert, Taco, Mermaid Kiss, and Beauty Call. Next one for all you purple lovers, be prepared to fall in love. This one is Fantasy, and it is a pressed pigment Super Shock. And it says on the back, not for the eye area. I don't know where else you would use this. Maybe like on the outside if you're doing some fairy princess look. I've used it, but Urban Decay's shadows also say that. So use this one at your own risk, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Look at that. Yeah. So gorgeous. So that one is Fantasy. This one is kind of like the other blues, but a little bit more of a turquoise shade. It's called Ibiza. It is more of a shimmery blue, turquoise. The other ones that we've swatched are matte. So this one is gorgeous as well. This one is a Pearlized Finish. So as you can see, what you see in the pan is what you swatch. So it's a little bit darker. Again, turquoise. The next one is probably my most used one, that I have, and it is Game Face. It's more of a coppery, like super copper shade. It reminds me a lot of KathleenLights, but this one I feel like is a little bit more of a brown tone, darker. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it is a ultra metallic shade, and that is Game Face. So just for kicks, I'm gonna swatch KathleenLights right next to it. Just this one. This one seems to have a little bit more of a yellowy sunshine copper. Yeah, so they're different. This one, they're both copper tones, but this one's more of a light copper, this one's more of a antiqued brown copper. But again, they're metallic, so they kind of change as you move. This one's KathleenLights, and this one is Game Face, which she actually recommended Game Face on her channel, so I guess she really does like copper. Then the last two Super Shock eyeshadows I have is, this one is called Get Lucky, and it is a true gold ultra metallic shade. One of my top 4 for sure, most used. Ultra metallic. Look at that, so pretty. We're up all night to get lucky. And then the last but not least is the shade Lala, and this is also an ultra metallic, almost a hint of rose gold, I would say too. So that one is Lala, like L-A-L-A, Lala. Yeah, so it's got a little bit more of a rose gold in my opinion, but still kind of a coppery shade. So that is the one singles that I've been collecting. So we've got Lala, Lala, Get Lucky, Game Face, KathleenLights, if you want a comparison. Very similar. Ibiza, Fantasy, Beauty Call, Mermaid Kiss, Taco, and Dessert or Desert. So very, very pretty. Can't get enough. So last but not least, I wanted to go over a few different ways that I applied them because they are such a different formulation. There's been a lot of questions and buzz about the best way to apply. Honestly, use whatever you feel comfortable with doing. I wouldn't use the traditional fluffy haired type of brushes, but that's just me. I personally like using my ring finger or my pinkies for most of these, but if I am doing a little more of a precise look, or like I did with this look, I have a distinct outer crease. I highly recommend the Sigma Precision Kit, which I'm not affiliated with them in any way. They don't know who I am at all. I just use these for like specific highlighting and contouring and things like that. I found that these precision brushes work the best because they're not as big as like the F80 Kabuki, obviously, but they're big enough to pick up the shadows, and they're synthetic, so they're not going to eat your product. But I use this one a lot, the Precision Tapered P86, but the Precision Kit would be ideal. This one is nice, the Precision Round, which is P82, and it's got a nice like dome shape, so you can put that on and pack on the color all over. The Precision Angled P84, which would be nice for the crease. I think that the rounded Precision and the angled would be the best, but if you're not going to get any of them except for one, I would get the Precision Tapered P86 because it gets really good into the crease and blends them out really nicely. But yeah, so you want to use something synthetic. These are just what I found helpful besides my fingers. Brushes for like under eye area I liked are the Shader Lid E56, which is a really pointed flat, and that's really good to pack on the color underneath monoline and then blend it out with an E30 pencil brush. I would keep this to the lower lash line as well. And then you could also use the E15 flat definer brush, which is the square top. I use in most of my looks. And then another way to apply the color all over if you don't want to use your fingers is the concealer brush F75 by Sigma. There's just been a lot of questions about how to do it, but other than that, I think that your fingers are probably your best bet with this type of formula for the eyeshadows. So I really hope you've enjoyed my review and swatches. I'm still new at the swatching thing, so I'm trying to do the best I can. Hopefully they're visible. So I think ColourPop is amazing. You can't really go wrong with them at all. I haven't found a product that I was like, well, that was a waste. They're $5. They're just incredible. So highly recommend them. But let me know which ColourPop products that you've used and tried and loved. My next, like, I guess addition to this little family is probably going to be the blushes, some of them, and the highlight, which just came out. So I'm really excited to give those a whirl and see if I like them just as much as I've fallen in love with the Super Shock eyeshadows. So yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!